Jolan, true Centurions, and welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command, Orion Pirates Plus Mod. I am Fleet Admiral Terk of the battleship RAS Calum as we continue our campaign against the remainders of the Federation of Planets, and we are currently working on this little cluster of 3 tiles down here and occasionally hitting this little planet here, which we are now done with. So let us head on and continue to do battle. Unfortunately, we must go on an asteroid base assault. I think I can get away with forfeiting this mission and actually taking no damage on it because I only have one ship, but I don't feel like risking that because the forfeit penalties are huge in this game. Battle alert, enveloping plasma torpedoes, increase the speed somewhat, and just because it could be Gorn, set up a wild weasel. You never know. It has been Hydras as of late, but hey, we have run into a couple of Gorn, even though they are on the exact opposite end of the galaxy at this point. And we actually do have enough power to power you and power you, so electronic countermeasure system is engaged, and forward shield reinforcement to the maximum. We have seen multiple ships, a light cruiser and a freighter. They are Orions and Orions, so we don't actually care about the amount of firepower that you have. Let a probe. Let's find out exactly what we're dealing with. The one thing that they do have is we have no idea what they come equipped with until we actually probe them, because all their ships look pretty much the same, even though every single faction is considerably different into what sort of things they bring with their heavy weapons. Let's see if he's going to slot in and actually come towards me. And there it is. Okay. Slow down the game speed. And let's pop out a pseudo-plasma torpedo off in that direction, just to bait into him. And he will, of course, attempt to avoid it by crash stopping with his Wild Weasel. He's already reduced speed to 14.8, so he's anticipating it. He has a single expanding sphere generator, which is ignorable, because it won't deal nearly enough damage to do anything towards it. He also has deployed 2 little tiny Orion Pirate defensive ships. So HDWEX, I am assuming he's basically a heavy war destroyer, and because his equipment looks that way. He's actually a pretty weak heavy war destroyer if that's the case, because his heavy weapons are 2 B missile racks and 2 D plasma torpedoes, but the D plasma torpedoes aren't offensive in any way. So heavies, prepare to follow up with the lights, and that's close enough. Yeah, his D-Racks can't help him in any way unless we deploy our pseudo frigates, so it's basically just as good as not having plasma at all. Will you survive? No. So 2 plasma torpedoes, just enough to end him off, and we'll Saurian on for his little freighter buddy, who is equipped with 2 disruptors. How very cute. So we'll just be able to pretty quickly and easily cut you to ribbons. The Timber Wolf. Wow, you have delusions of grandeur, my friend, naming yourself the Timber Wolf. He was able... No, he was not able. We were too close, so he couldn't crash stop in time. So keep plinking away with the phasers and wait for the Timberwolf to basically... Yeah, delusions of grandeur, naming your ship that. Sure, if you were a heavy cruiser, the Timberwolf would be a great name. Other great names being, of course, the Mad Cat. And, is the Timberwolf the Mad Cat? Yeah, the Timberwolf's the Mad Cat, and the Mad Dog is a vulture. Yeah. Is anybody else excited for Battletech? Battletech is coming out in April, according to the latest update that I received, so I am very much anticipating and looking forward to that happening. I'm assuming we're moving to the left side of the map. So yeah, been brushing up a little bit on my cross-clan to inner sphere, figuring out what the heck the names actually are. And the Timberwolf, if you do not know anything about MechWarrior, is a very large, powerful, and badass mech. It is basically the face of MechWarrior. Like, if you see the MechWarrior, I guess, title card, or just the MechWarrior title, the mech thing that's in the middle of that, yeah, that's a Mad Cat / a Timberwolf. And the reason why it has 2 names is because the bad guys, the clanners, they name their mechs one things, but the Inner Sphere don't know what the heck they named them, so they named them whatever they thought it should be. So you have things like the Vulture and the Mad Dog. Exact same, well, not exact same mech, but same mech, just different name, because we didn't know what to call them. It's a very cool and intricate universe if you ever get a chance to check it out. It kind of reminds me of Starfleet Battles in some way, purely because, well, they're both tabletop games with rich, deep, and interesting lore. That's about it, actually. Alright, let's kill the speed a little bit as we just pull into a nice little parking siege orbit against this guy. Cut all engines, heavy plasma torpedoes only, and we'll put out enough forward shield firepower to basically defend against all 4 of those plasma torpedoes, or all 4 of those defensive phaser 4s. We're now within a little bit closer than we wanted to be. Getting a lot closer than we wanted, but we are dealing a decent amount of damage here. I don't want to hit a crash stop, but I will if we hit a range of 5. We only have 10 points of energy in that forward shield, and we did not deal as much damage as we needed to. We're about to take a really nasty hit. Yeah. So as soon as this phaser capacitor gets up to full power, we should be fine. No danger. Increase the speed of time to the maximum. May as well just let him spin and rotate as much as he wants. I'm not going to fire the phasers again. 45 points of energy should be enough to keep us alive. It was not. Fire everything. Keep shooting. We took out the phaser 3, but we're about to take more big hits as soon as they get the wherewithal to fire that phaser 4. I'm actually really surprised that the forward shield held, not gonna lie. I was expecting that thing to collapse, and it did not. So good job, forward shield. You managed to hold up to quite a bit of firepower when we pulled in way too close. So mission complete. 270-ish prestige, I assume? Something like that? 202. Wow, not even that much. And apparently the tile was not ours for a bit. So we're finally in range of the actual objective that we were going for, the 3 Federation tiles here that we wish to wipe off the map. That way we can focus on more important things. Hit that red alert, and it said Federation ships, but sometimes it lies to you, so we're going to prep one of those. Enveloping plasma torpedoes to the selected mode. And yeah, we have enough energy to do this and this without actually getting involved in sapping from our other energy reserves, thus making our plasma torpedoes take longer to charge. Pull up the energy console so that we can just pay attention to that, and we'll increase the speed of time. That energy console is just so useful for getting accurate data. A single light cruiser off at range. According to the fleet screen, it is an HGW X2, so we're dealing with basically a single heavy war destroyer. So remember the first part of the last fight? Pretty much that. Decoy shuttle is ready to rock, and we're still not detecting anybody else around in the neighborhood, so we'll pick up some speed a bit, prepare the pseudo-torpedo for just all-around death bombardment, because he will buy it, and he will die, because he will believe that's real, even though it's not. We turn, we turn, we turn, he crash stops, we turn back, we turn back, we turn back. And defensive plasma torpedoes engage. We'll just get a little bit closer just to make sure. There we go. You're gone. You're not gone. What? How is this possible? We must have fired from further out than I thought we did, because, wow, he survived that. He survived 2 R-type plasma torpedoes, 2 F-type plasma torpedoes, and 2 S-type plasma torpedoes, and it took a 3rd S-type plasma torpedo to kill him. I am amazed and surprised. 164 prestige is our reward for wiping out a single heavy war destroyer, and we'll continue to wipe the Federation off the map, or we would if there was actually a mission around here. The patrol going to make us have to double back, which will take a little bit longer than we would otherwise prefer, but we'll survive. This is actually against Gorn ships, so we'll actually trust the settings this time. Hi, prep a Wild Weasel, prep multiple, and let's get ready to rumble. Electronic warfare systems are set. Keep the forward shield up to the maximum firepower, although we may want to switch to stern shield. We do tend to turn quite a bit, and we'll increase the speed of time. It's going to take us a little while to actually find the Gorn, because we are going so very slow, just to make sure that we can charge other systems, and there they are. It is a battleship, I assume. Yeah, BVX. So, just a one-on-one duel against us and a giant battleship, which, you know, cool, fun, interesting. Shuttle is ready. Let's actually, I do want to defend that stern, but no, we're not going to. We will, of course, be aggressive and full power at him. Prepare the Wild Weasel weapon to fire at full power. Not that you can have... Well, could you have power, Wild Weasel? Could I make a Wild Weasel fire at an F level even though I had an R-type charge? I don't think it works like that. So we'll fire that from long range and begin our turn. He's doing a speed of 21, so that is the speed we wish to avoid. Pick up more speed, pick up more speed. We're just going to go directly away from him so that we can keep the range nice and open. He's picking up the pace himself in order to try and catch up, and there's his crash stop, and we'll continue to just steadily work around him. Wow, that R-type plasma torpedo actually would have hit him if we had fired it, because, you know, he didn't drop speed until it was too close. Maybe he realized that he was being duped, and then did it anyway because he's an idiot. Wouldn't be too surprised, he's a lizard brain. No, we're actually going at the right speed. We're just going way faster than we're normally used to. Firing the plasma torpedoes at long range. I would like to get the port side involved in this. Phasers. Phasers. Phasers not getting involved in this, sadly. There, you're dead. All plasma torpedoes. Are they not set to enveloping? Oh god. That was a mistake. All plasma torpedoes set to enveloping. Hold the distance away. We've taken out his pseudo-frigates, so we shall launch ours. Actually, no, we can't, because he has his own defensive plasma system. So let's slow down the ship. We can reset this fight a bit. I don't mind. I have no problem with resetting the fight just a little bit. Because, well, we need to charge weapons. We have 2 wild weasels. That should be fine for the rest of this fight, but we will keep the speed up. And he is perfectly happy to be traveling at a speed of 20, as am I. I'm also perfectly happy to not be shooting at him, because I think I'm charging all weapons at this point. We just need time. And I am going to keep the distance out. I don't want to have to engage him until, you know, we have a reason to actually engage him. Set course away from him. He is picking up speed. We shall respond in kind. He's going to slowly start closing the range, but I'm feeling reasonably confident here. Hey, give me a map of the forward position, just to make sure we're not going to hit anything. He is picking his speed up quite a bit. R-type plasma torpedoes are ready. Let's swing around to engage. He has swung around as well. Doesn't want to be too foolish about this. Yeah. And we will send a pseudo-torpedo at him just as soon as we can. And we're going to come around. I want to see if I can get a full... I was going to see if I can get a full 270-degree turn on this, but then it decided to switch turns on me. And are you going to stop? I assume you have to. There's his stop. Excellent. And we're going to come on. This time, these are enveloping plasma torpedoes, and you have no forward shield. We've made it so he hasn't had an opportunity to actually do anything as of yet. We're going to fire the plasma torpedoes from long range. Actually, may keep the Fs. Yeah, I think we're just going to keep the Fs in the back pocket. Unless we get a really good angle like we're about to get here. 1, 2... we are flying into a pretty significant amount of plasma torpedo fire, actually. 3, and shoot. And that'll curl around back into him. He has fired his own. Dump the wild weasel. Let's see if we can't slow down in time. No. Wow, we only slowed down enough to grab 1. Fire everything. We got a port side plasma torpedo to engage with. Pick up the speed. I need energy back. We misplayed this one a little bit. We got to get a bit greedy. Stern fire plasma torpedo. I want that sucker out there to cause as much damage as possible. While we steadily pick up speed and get going. Phasers, continue bombardment. Just keep them. Wow, that took 82 damage. Although that was also the phasers too. Get the stern away and big mine. Oh god. Shuttle bay, are you ready? You are. So we're going to stop. I'm not about to eat that many plasma torpedoes. That's the big mine though. So... go. Yeah, I understand. That's a dangerous thing to do, and we're about to take a really nasty hit to the stern. Lost stern shields. Open fire with everything we got. We may as well at this point. He's fired a little F torpedo into us, but it's going to go right into our shield. Or not into our shield, right into our stern. Keep the repairs going. We are not going down from this one. I will not lose to a Gorn. Not as a Romulan at any rate. Electronic warfare system, not quite being super efficient right now. Slow down the speed. We don't have a whole heck of a lot of it left. Plasma torpedoes back to normal mode. We're just gonna focus laying into him with phaser firepower. He dumped a mine on himself. If you blow up my little friends, I'm gonna be angry. Return to me. And return to me. Keep the repairs rolling. Oh, we're about to hit him with a nice little barrage. Okay, not a barrage, but a little bit of a fire into him. What's our range? 1.1? We're going to have to take a little bit of... well, we fired just before the splashback damage would have applied. We're going to hurt ourselves with this next barrage, but I do believe this next barrage will hurt him more. As in, kill him. Yep. Plasma torpedo light. I think we've dealt... there we go. So basically, we parked up right into him and just punched him in the kidneys a couple of times with plasma torpedoes, which is a lot more painful than you think it sounds. So annihilated him. Took a little bit of damage along the way. We should be fine-ish by the time we finish off this last Federation tile, if this last Federation tile would actually spawn a mission. Oh god, we are not going on that mission. No, thank you. Who are we supposed to fight today? Hopefully the Federation. That's who we came to do battle with. Prime ships, so corporations. We're fighting corporations. But the mission was complete. They decided not to show up, which is clever of them. Because if they had showed up, bad things would have happened. It's always nice to just breeze through a mission. Although, no prestige for any... apparently it was a defeat? What? We didn't lose anything. We were still around. They weren't. And we'll continue along on a patrol mission. More battles, more death and destruction. And to neutralize yet another tile. That'll basically finish off the Federation to the south, which is important. We are fighting the Gorn, so give me a wild weasel. Repair. Patch the engines. I need 3 points of energy just as soon as you can make that happen. Increase the speed of time. We're not going to be doing much as long as we sit back here. Just, well, building shuttles and repairing systems. Systems are fully repaired. Yep, we're all done with that. There's our target, a dreadnought at long range. You are, of course, a BBX. What else would you possibly be? Set our electronic countermeasure system to 4 and 2. Although, really, at this point, I may even want to set it up to being a little bit more set for defense. But I do want to make sure that we get full battle shock onto him. Plasma torpedoes are... Damn it, they're not set right. What did I do wrong? Why do I keep missing that? Turn around, turn around, turn around. We must go away from him. We need time. We're not ready yet. Just stay back there. We'll let you know just as soon as we're willing to do stuff. Do we seriously only have like 2 shuttles? I suppose we have been using them. We don't have a whole heck of a lot of them. So keep up the pace. We're running. We are running. As fast as you please, as fast as you can. Stern S-type plasma torpedoes are almost charged, so that is lying to us, as it is wont to do on occasion. Fire all port-side pseudo torpedoes. Let's see if I can't bait this out even without having to expend an R-type pseudo. Because I really don't want to have to run into what he's packing. I may send my... is it worth sending the Starhawks after him? It might be. It very well could be. And he did not care. Oh, wait, no, he did. Okay. So he has deployed his Wild Weasel as we stay at the greatest of ranges. And I am going to wait until he actually starts picking up some speed, because I want to launch these at maximum range and turn immediately away. So he's up to a speed of 2, he's up to a speed of 3, and heavy plasma torpedoes are selected, and I'm just going to do that. Okay, more power. More engine power. Stern shield only is being reinforced. We have set up our shields, or our last of our Wild Weasels, which I'm not going to expend. I'm just going to run away from this at full sprint. We have hit him. We haven't busted down his shields. Wasn't expecting to. We're going to play the long game on this one. I'm just going to sit at range, plink away, sprint away. That's going to be the plan the whole way through. If you're expecting something different, I'm sort of experimenting fighting plasma-armed races. Because to be frank, there's a lot of plasma-armed races, and we're going to have to know how to kill them. I need more energy. Tell me is... Okay, that's the maximum we can go while being charging those 3 plasma torpedoes. We're going to stay at this maximum. We're going to do our best bang-up job of doing it. And you are sprinting in at a speed of 31. That works for me, actually. If I can separate you away from your mothership, then I can deal quite a bit of nasty damage to you. He is slowly picking up the pace, but it may be worth peeling off to try and go after them. I'm going to launch more pseudos your way. Don't have any pseudos yet. We'll do that. I want to get you to spread out from the rest of your friends. And as we turn back in, that should give us the angle that we want. Prepare to engage with all phasers. Fire all phasers. Got one. Reverse this turn a bit. Let's see if I can't get the stern firing phasers to handle him. He has not crash stopped. I wasn't really expecting it, but I did have hope. A little bit of plinking damage, and we're through his shield. Yeah, he ignored that. And unfortunately, we're not charging plasma torpedoes right now. He's taken most of his damage at this point. Just a little bit more, and he's done for. Phaser select. I don't really have a phaser shot on him just yet, but this plasma torpedo might do it. Yes, it did. Okay, excellent. He's at a speed of 25. I am not. So we will mine it up in here. Phaser capacitor is fully charged. We're basically doing as fast as we possibly can. I'm content to letting him just blast away. Where is my edge of the map? We're getting close to it, so we're going to have to turn back into engage kind of soon. This is a normal mine, so he may not care. And I think he's also... Yeah, he knows we got to turn this way. Any pseudos? Don't have a pseudo. He's just going to bull right through that mine. Very, very gorn of him. Slow way down, folks. Here it comes. Get ready for a crash stop. Crash stop now. Wait for it. Wait for it. If you're not going to, I'm going to. He took it. Stern firing plasma torpedo, unfortunately, is not going to get the angle I want. His air-type plasma torpedoes aren't ready. What? And I intend to skulk. Alright, let's... This is a risk. This is a high risk. And we did it. Okay, excellent. Wow, Weasel. All plasma. That's what we were hoping for. Forward shield has no defenses right now. So we are going to have to bounce that a bit. And his R-type plasma torpedoes are about to come online. Marines, save me. Kill that. Yes! Marines! We took a little bit of phaser fire from that, but well worth the damage dealt. We took out his R-type plasma torpedo just before it got ready to hit us, which is exactly what boarding teams are supposed to do. We need to cloak. Let's pull away from him. So that plasma torpedo is 3 turns of not... that he needs to recharge it. We're in a nice spot with that. I actually don't need that replaced. I do need this replaced, though. Come on, a cloak. Because now we actually have shields facing us. He did hurt himself with that plasma torpedo, but then he also almost knocked down our shields. Stern-shaped shield did have some defenses on it. I want to be at a speed of 4 here. We're going to defend this up a bit. Shield switch to reinforce 360. Keep firing into the Death Beast. You have an inflated view of your ego. Dumped a Wild Weasel. We are traveling at a speed of 4, so it's perfectly fine. He will have a couple of S-type plasma torpedoes ready to go very shortly. Keep firing into him. Need to cause more damage. There we go. A nice S-type plasma torpedo right into his stern. Oh, I think that one hit something important. I really do. Port side plasma torpedo is about to come online. Our repair work is getting a little bit behind. Let's try not to. I think that's got you. There we go. So that one worked out, more or less. So victory is, of course, ours. 7 minutes and 4 seconds for that. I wanted to see if we couldn't do it without taking any damage at all, but we weren't. And now we're out of Wild Weasels, so we need to go home. And neutralized. Tile, can I make it home? Can I make it home? I can. Thank you. Supplier, 245 points of repair, plus a little bit more. 4 shuttles, which comes to a price of apparently 22. What? It said 5, so why would... I'm not going to question. We did have our pseudo-frigates, but I didn't want to launch them into the plasma torpedo mass that he would send our way. And we will, of course, get more Marines, because the Marines were clutch in that battle. We would have had to take that plasma R right into the hull had they not been there. And by able to beaming them over just in time, we prevented that from happening, and we had enough transporters to make sure that happened. So the little southern resistance has finally been wiped out for the Federation, allowing us to turn north to wipe out here, and the main blob in here. That will eventually wipe out the Federation. We're getting close to the end of this campaign, which, given how long it's been, wow. Anyway, I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time I release one of these videos, press that little bell icon. Leave a comment. What do you think was going through the mind of that commander as he was beamed over with his Marines? What do you think the words of his commanding officer gave to him? Like, you must destroy this thing. How do you think he felt? Let me know. And I will see you all in the next episode.